Okay, so we're back with the 968 Sport, and I've got a few things to say, some extra things, and some changes and some updates. So I'm going to go through the sport spec as well, sport spec and club sport spec, with the options on the sport. So anyway, welcome car fans and transaxle people. Transaxle isn't a sexual thing, by the way, that's just a little joke. Transaxle means the engine's in the front on these cars and the gearbox and the diff is in the rear of the car. So by doing that you get 50-50 weight distribution. So Porsche were actually very clever, which they always are, going back to the 924, so going back to 1980, 1979 even, early 924s, Volkswagen Porsche project, and Volkswagen decided for some reason not to build it, but Porsche took it on as a project and cleverly decided the gearbox is going in the back, engine's going in the front, and by doing that you get 50-50 weight distribution. So that makes for an excellent handling car. 50-50 weight distribution, which is ideal. So in theory you put a pole through the centre of the car and the car will rotate equally. That's what 50-50 balances and weight distribution, and anybody who does a bit of track work knows that that's the ultimate setup, really. Yeah, so that's that. I was going to apologise because last time I said that it was Mike Tyrrell and it's actually Ian Tyrrell. So Ian Tyrrell did a really good video on the Club Sport, and shout out to Ian Tyrrell's channel. And JM also did very good work on the 968, so check out both of those videos. I've watched a lot of 968 videos and there aren't that many decent ones, but those two in particular are really good. Hopefully this becomes another good 968 video, but yeah, see what you think. Moving on, so there were actually 306 sports, not 307. So last time I mentioned 307, it's actually 306, and according to how many left in the UK, we're talking 235. So some of them are taxed and MOT'd, and some of them are sawn. So it just gives you an idea. Now, I was looking at the paperwork for this that I've got. So this car was supplied by Ray, Northway Porsche, Ray Northway. So shout out to Ray Northway as well, and Northway, who do some great work on Porsches. A lot of people know them. They're in Reading, or near Reading. Ray is ex Porsche GB, been going a long time now, and yeah, lots of people will take their cars there. So I've got this spec list for this car, which tells me it's on a 968 Club Sport VIN. So this left the factory as a 968 Club Sport. Now Porsche GB, as I mentioned before, decided as a marketing thing and to bring prices down slightly, they produced this. So this badge, the sport badge, is what makes this car special, and this is what makes this car rare. Normal 968s had 968 badges as the numbers on the centre of the boot. The Club Sport had 968 CS in the centre, and the Sport got this single sport badge. So no reference to the 968 anywhere on the back of the Porsche 968 Sport, just a sport badge. That made it special because all of a sudden this is one of 306 cars that were built just for the UK. Obviously Club Sports, there are a lot, and they were very popular, and they went all over the world. So a lot of Club Sports, even though that's still a rare car. These days, limited editions can be thousands, 900, 800, 700, 1500, into the thousands, and today that would be low numbers. So going back to 90s and before, there are some really rare cars out there. So I'm hoping to feature some more unusual cars and rare cars on this channel. But I like stuff that you don't see very often, and this is a car that you don't really see that often anymore. Used to see them a fair bit, but not so much anymore. So it is unusual. Anyway, moving on. Let's have a look at some figures, and I've also put the seats back in. So now we have the sport seats. So this is how it left the factory. These are 968 sport seats. So basically they're a 911, 944 tombstone seat, and they are covered in cloth. So cloth fabric, saves weight. They're not that heavy really. Not quite as light as the buckets were, but still a lightweight seat. I actually like the standard interior as well, so it's nice really. It's all black, blends in, nice and plain, it's good. And they're comfortable, they are so comfortable. So I believe that most Porsche seats are made by Recaro. They're not, well, they are actually, because it's on the runners. So yeah, they are Recaro seats, and it is on the runners. So Porsche are actually using Recaro seats. They don't advertise that fact, but any seats in Porsches will be made by Recaro. So in Club Sport, GT3 stuff, usually they have Recaro on them anyway. But yeah, standard seats are from Recaro, which explains why Porsche seats are so blooming comfortable, because they really are. And if anyone who's done a long journey in them, they're just awesome seats. So anyway, moving on. Yeah, so here we have got vehicle ID, chassis number, Coupe Club Sport. So there we go. This has come from Parts Link. Ray Northway printed this off, and there you go. Coupe Club Sport 968, registered 1994. Sales type, engine code, transmission code, axle drive, equipment XZ. I don't know what that is. Somebody will know what that is. Roof colour K6. It's not a convertible, so I don't know why the roof colour's on there. Carpet colour code 1DR would be black. Exterior colour paint code K6. Okay, so K6 is referring back to the roof colour as well, which is a aventurine green, which is what this is. So aventurine green, that's what you got. You might find in this video it looks a little bit more greener because there's a bit more light today. What else we got? PR number. So moving on to options and things. We got speedo, 2 scales, mile per hour, kilometers an hour, version for Great Britain. So this would have been 968 Club Sport 061 version for Great Britain. So that is designation country, and I think makes that a sport, but we'll see. So controls and indications in English lettering, stronger battery because the battery is in the boot. It's a 3-litre engine, so it takes a lot of electrical power to turn that big 4-cylinder 3-litre engine over. A 219 is differential, so that tells me this got a limited slip diff, I believe. I don't know what the option code is, I haven't gone that far into it, but some of you will know, and I appreciate any comments. That would be good. Standard seat left manually, cup wheels 17-inch, so 17-inch cups standard for the Sport and Club Sport. Leather steering wheel was the A2E. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but we know about the Club Sport steering wheel. Very popular and big on all sorts, 993s, 968s, 964s. So yeah, everybody wants that steering wheel. Really nice steering wheel. Made by A2E, or Atui. It's Italian, I think, but Atui is probably better. Yeah, popular steering wheel. So that's that. More options. So reference Northway Porsche, parts link, I don't know if you saw that, so parts link, that's the site. I imagine Ray subscribes to that. Right, this is gone upside down, so what else? We got reduced radio prep, so that meant less speakers in the 968. So the full coupe luxury model would have had more speakers, probably 10 speakers. I got a feeling this has 4 speakers, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. They're not that powerful, but it wasn't about the stereo and the speakers or anything like that. Okay, clearly without airbag. So something else the Sport and the Club Sport had, bearing in mind that airbags hadn't been around very long. Around this time, around 92, airbags came into the UK. In Germany they came in slightly earlier, so 964s, early 964s had airbags, whereas we didn't get airbags till a little bit later. But 964s were the first Porsche to have airbags. Yeah, body coloured rear spoiler, headlight range control, detachable roof, electric window opener. So electric window was an option, obviously, from the Club Sport, which had wind-up windows. Power steering, they all had power steering. Yeah, so options are a bit odd because you couldn't, I'm pretty sure you couldn't option without power steering. I don't know, maybe you could, maybe that's the thing, but yeah, why wouldn't you want power steering? I don't know. Yeah, so what else we got here? Yeah, so as I said in my last video, this is described as grey, so it comes up on MOTs as grey. I expect it was registered with DVLA as grey, but it is a Venturing green. 3 previous keepers, so I'm the 4th keeper of this car. So it hasn't had many owners, which is always nice. What was I going to show you? So I'll just pop up the headlights. Nice feature of the 968, and some people don't realise they actually pop up. They do pop up, and that's what you get. You get something that's quite cute. Pop-up headlights, so you don't get pop-up headlights on anything anymore. Crash regulations don't allow this. Yeah, it's just safety thing. So if you hit a pedestrian, they're not in theory going to hit anything sharp or awkward. It's going to give them further injuries. Yeah, that's basically that. So it's quite a rare thing, and attracted me to the car because I like that. It's quirky, it's different. Yeah, and I'll refer to Jeremy Clarkson's video because he did a video on Top Gear and he said it was cross-eyed, so he didn't really like that. He took the mick and he said it was cross-eyed, and he made a point of that in his video, but there you go. That is about it, I think. So yeah, now you know a bit more about the Sport and the Club Sport and the 968, and that was the idea. Plus I had to correct myself because I made some mistakes on the last video. It's back with its standard interior, which is good, and that's what the next owner wanted. So yeah, back to original, and it'll be more comfortable for him getting in and out and all the rest of it. So yeah, if you'd like the video and subscribe even. I'm not doing lots of videos at the moment, but there will be more, and I'm going to try and feature some really good cars and friends' cars around the area. Yeah, it should be some good content, and I'll try and get the owners of the cars to talk about their cars if I can, because they know more about their cars than I do. But yeah, all good really. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully bring you some more entertainment soon.